gather today and pay my respects to their elders past and present. I extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples here today. On behalf of Edgecombe United Football Club, I extend a warm welcome to our visitors today, the Gold Coast Knights, and wish both teams a fair and safe contest. I would like to extend a special welcome to all of our valued sponsors. Our major sponsor, Toomey Shriver Property Group. Gold sponsor, Green Property Solutions. Silver sponsors, Andy & Co Constructions and Inspired Steins. Our bronze sponsors, Brushes Cans, Cans Dental Boutique, Impact Legal, Norwell Cans, and Patino's Personal Lawyers, as well as Plum North. Our very special scoreboard sponsor, Rock Centre Cans. I'd also like to extend a special welcome to two Cairns Regional Council councillors who are here today, Terry James and Max O'Halloran. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Grab your food, grab your drinks, grab your seat and strap yourself in for a great afternoon of football. Enjoy.
One final spot remains up for grabs in the 2023 Australia Cup for the member federation clubs, and it'll be decided this afternoon live on FQTV. Hello everyone, welcome to Tiger Park in beautiful Cairns, and we've got a great game in store for you this afternoon as the long journey to the national stage reaches its conclusion. It's the league leaders from the far north, Edge Hill United, taking on NPL Queensland pace setters Gold Coast Knights. I'm James Coughlin, here to bring you all the action over the next 90 or possibly 120 minutes. These sides have history in this tournament, meeting in the national round of 32 back in 2021 when that stage was sorted by geographical borders, and it was the Knights prevailing on that night. A few players from both sides are set to feature today. Let's run through the lineups. For Edge Hill, the coach Chris O'Hare. He has selected Kev Ward, as always, as his goalkeeper. Number 2, Jack Glover. 3, Ollie Berry. 4, Jesse Casson. 5, Ari Isman. 7, Ryan Murray. 8, Oscar Rodriguez. 10, the coach and captain Chris O'Hare. 11, Josh Taylor. 12, Lewis Hayden, and 15, Louis Heising. Meanwhile, for Gold Coast Knights, they are coached by Scott McDonald, the goalkeeper Josh Langdon, number 3, Oscar Dillon, 4, Tyson Martin, 5, Austin Ludwig, 11, Brandon McMorrow, 12, Shelford Deus, 15, Ante Polyak, 17, Godfrey Debele, 18, Luke Beckwith, 19, Jacob Budnich, and 22, Matt King. And it is, in fact, Josh Taylor, number 11, wearing the captain's armband for today's fixture.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime. Round 7 of the Australia Cup.
And for Edge Hill, they are led by Chris O'Hare. Jesse Casson, he's in red-hot goal-scoring form. He scored 4 in the local comp last week. And Ryan Murray will be a handful down the right side. For Knights, they've got plenty of heavy hitters. The defensive duo of Dillon and Ludwig will be tough to get by, and Langdon is a pain to get by as well in case an attacker does. There is a bit of a midfield shuffle from last week. Max Brown and Aaron Reardon dropped to the bench with McMorrow and Budnich to start in their place. And up front it is the dynamic duo of Ante Polyak and Godfrey Debele. The latter scoring after barely 70 seconds in NPL Queensland action against Moreton Bay United. It will be the visitors, Gold Coast Knights, kicking from left to right on your screen in their red shirt with white shorts. Edge Hill in their preferred home kit. And we are just moments away.
Number 4, Casson, and number 10, coach and player Chris O'Hare.
And it will be the coach and player O'Hare and his trusty offsider Taylor to get us underway. And here we go. The final member federation club in the 2023 Australia Cup national stage will be decided here at Tiger Park in Cairns. It is a warm day for the 2 p.m. local time kickoff. Very pleased to have your company on FQTV, and an early free kick after Debele was upended. And an early opportunity for Knights to strike. So Debele going for the run and just, well, not so subtly barreled over. And Ante Polyak, who is the nominal set piece taker, will defer to the left foot of Mudnich. You can get that swinging delivery away from Kev Ward's goal. Mudnich's delivery looking for Dillon. And just over the head of the Knights centre back. And it looks like it might have taken a touch off an Edge Hill player, so we will be seeing another set piece for Knights inside the opening 90 seconds. Short delivery for King to change up the angle. Back for Mudnich. No offside. Flag deflected. Falls for King. Polyak. A bit too much on that pass. Pick him out.
Ivy, be aware.
Over the halfway line from Ward as it targets Casson, but too tall for the wide man. It's like a healthy crowd building up in the shade at Tiger Park. Tyson Martin over for Dylan. Back to Martin for that long diagonal ball, and quite getting his radar on point for that one. Too tall, and Edgehill will take over with the throw-in. Edgehill, they've had to win in every round of qualifying here in Queensland, and one of the key figures there is O'Hare on the ball at the moment. Chris O'Hare tries to put the cross in for Casson. And headed through, Taylor on the tight angle, sliding block by Dylan, and Martin plays it out off O'Hare. So despite only playing in 4 of his club's 6 games, Chris O'Hare, 8 goals in Australia Cup qualifying thus far. Hat-tricks in rounds 2 and 3. Did miss round 4 in Mount Isa against Parkside. He was injured and was an unused sub in round 6 against Across the Waves. But for a game of this magnitude, he wasn't going to miss that. Heavy touch by Deus. King wants to win it back, but Casson gets a foot in. I think we'll be getting plenty of supporting commentary, shall we say, from the crowd in and around our camera position. And possibly the benches as well, but will that be? Early ball in, too high for Polyak as he chases it down with this man filling in at centre back. Arias man is taking the reins in that left central defender role alongside Jack Glover. He's replacing Charlie Beverley, who picked up a red card, and it's also the assistant coach, Charlie Beverley, picked up a red card in the local competition. He's been forced to miss this one, but I'm sure I'll be eagerly watching on in anticipation. Out wide, Mudnich. A little bit too much on that one, and whenever it goes onto the field behind us. Edgehill's cup run so far. Round 1, Marlon Coast. At home to Marlon Coast, 2-1. Round 2, away to Leichhardt FC, 3-1 win. Round 3, Mareeba United at home, 9-1 win. Round 4, away to Parkside, 10-0 victory in Mount Isa. Round 5, at home to MA Olympic, 4-2 win. And then 2 weeks ago, away to Across the Waves FC in a comfortable 8-1 victory. Jesse Casson scoring 4 goals in that one. The feeling Knights will have identified the number 4 as one of the key danger men, and as well, I don't need to tell you what the crowd thought of that challenge. O'Hare lunged in. Deus takes that one quickly. Taking a few minutes to settle down. It's quite a long trip from Carrara for them, but it's a challenge they're happy to take on as they chase their 3rd trip to the national stage, having previously made it in 2018 where they lost to the Newcastle Jets. They made it to the round of 16 in 2021, where they lost to Melbourne Victory in extra time. They are on the defensive foot at the moment as they await the long throw-in. For Murray, Beckwith won the header. King tries to nod it away. O'Hare retrieves. So he skips by one, skips by two. Can't get by King. In cover, and it's going to be a corner now for Edge Hill. Let's check out the replay. Some excellent footwork from O'Hare as he just couldn't get by that third defender. Plenty of bodies around Josh Langdon, who's opted for a cap. In goes corner towards the back post, and Dylan the header away. Taylor comes over to wind up for another long throw into the box. Heising just waiting on the edge of the D. Throw goes to the near post. Polyak sends it up towards Debele. He's battling against Berry. Just a bit of a reshuffle at the moment. Berry looked like he was about to take that one, and instead decides to defer to his coach, which is probably an advisable option. And it goes from O'Hare towards the back post, and too tall for everybody. Happy to take their time in the build-up. For Beckwith, and now with McMorrow, Debele. He's crowded out, but able to hold possession. Beckwith. Knights. Oh, we've got a pretty stern wall to try and break down, so they're working their way around it. Block made, forcing Knights to retreat back to the halfway line. Woodnich went for the run instead. Back it goes for Ludwig. Dylan and Knights just continuing to inch forward. King stepping inside. Just every time Knights play the ball back, the receiving player is taking a couple more steps forward than the last time he had the ball. Ludwig. Switching it over for Dylan. So Dylan, can he find a telling delivery? And oh, that was close to an own goal as Berry was very lucky not to put it into his own net. Instead, it is just a corner. Of the NPL Queensland know just what a wicked right foot Oscar Dillon has. His match sealing goal in the 2019 Grand Final for Gold Coast Knights. As they defeated Olympic. There's a corner towards the back post and punched away by Ward, still alive. And it's fired in by McMorrow, blocked possibly by his own teammate Martin, and Edge Hill repel the Gold Coast Knights threat. A couple of nervous moments for our home side here as Knights just patiently built up, waited for their opportunity, and almost had dividends come through. Again, looking for Polyak, and what a long way out, and he had to take the touch, and I don't think that will go down as a shot on target, more of a touch-finding clearance. Langdon getting in on the act, will take the throw-in before retreating to his own box, but well, there's no shortage of confidence in either goalkeeper, Ward and Langdon. Both capable of fairly spectacular saves. Wide again, Beckwith. Murray can't let that one roll over the byline, so he's forced to concede the throw-in. Back it goes. Murray heads it away. Casson continues to move, and O'Hare goes down. Dylan, the guilty party. Ward will step out to take this one. Again, just too much power on that one. Right. Just staying patient. Pass for Beckwith is picked off by Murray. One back by Knights, but Murray with a foul there, and he is not happy with that decision. And well, from my vantage point, a much further distance away than our referee, did look like he got the ball, but well, I'm not on the pitch, so defer to the man with the whistle. The discussions will continue. It'll be Polyak or Mudnich. Polyak will take from what looks to be a rehearsed move. Edgehill once again able to deal with that. McMorrow. This man's always intercepted by Ludwig, who's come across in cover. King back for Dylan. The Knights, well, they're in just the fourth match of their cup run, as ball forward for McMorrow could actually wind up breaking for Polyak, but Ward once again off his line well. The NPL Queensland side's got to buy through to round 4 of qualification here in Queensland. And it's been a pretty strong run, and Dylan winds up on the ground with O'Hare by the looks of it. Play on. The Knights Cup run. Round 4 away to Southside Eagles, 3-0 win. Round 5 at home against Albany Creek, a 10-0 win that night. Before being pushed all the way by Brisbane City. 4-2 after extra time in epic game. Left even the viewers a little bit exhausted after going through the ringer there. And it's just a bit too heavy on the pass for King. Back it goes for another goal kick, and Ward taking the opportunity to get some water on board.
Keep going.
Back to halfway. King eventually brings it to ground. Nothing there to put the pressure on, but King blocks that pass. Here's Rodriguez. Goes for Heising. Debele with the block. High press from the Knights forwards, just keeping Edge Hill pinned in their own half. There's been a change to qualification in Queensland for the Australia Cup as in recent years the regional winner, which is basically everyone outside the southeast Queensland zone, has had a spot in the round of 32. Now the regional winner has to take part in the final stage of qualifying, round 7. Murray goes up for the header but loses out. Heising has his pocket picked by McMorrow. Debele dispossessed Hayden. Murray was expecting support out by the sideline, but it wasn't coming. Instead, Beckwith retrieves and gets it back for Ludwig. The past couple of years, Edge Hill have met Magpies Crusaders United, who are no longer participating in the FQPL Senior Comp in the Southeast Queensland region. They got the better of Magpies Crusaders in 2021, but it was the Mackay club that won last year 5-0 on the night. Deus plays it off Casson for a corner. You are watching round 7 of Australia Cup qualifying from Queensland. Edge Hill taking on Gold Coast tonight. Still waiting for that first breakthrough. James Coughlin in commentary this afternoon. As the final member federation club to take part in the national round will be decided this afternoon. There's a corner from Mudnich. Can't get by the first Edge Hill defender. And King slips. And like he staying down. Rodriguez under pressure, but he's able to get it away for O'Hare, who's made a run down the shaded sideline. O'Hare driving into the box. Is he able to get around Deus? O'Hare tries to square it, and it's almost there for Taylor. Well cleared by Ludwig. On the follow-up, another ball into the box, looking for O'Hare or for Taylor at the back post. And just nodded across the face of Langdon's goal, and that was Edge Hill's best passage of play in the opening 20 minutes. King is back on his feet, as you can see in the center of your screen. Rodriguez tracking back, wins the free kick off McMorrow, and long ball over the top looking for Heising, but Beckwith reacted well and was the first man on the scene. Here's Dylan. Wasting no time, giving Polyak something to chase on the follow-up. Regathered by McMorrow, out for Debele. Free Debele, able to escape the attention of Isman. He'll get the cross in towards the back post, and another player slipping. That ball once again finding sideline, about 18 yards up the field. Footing looks like it's proving to be a bit of an issue, especially for Knights. Obviously not the most familiar with how this field plays. Hayden, this is out to McMorrow. Ludwig and Martin just building up the passing stats at the moment. That's where the space has been afforded to Knights as search for a run to be made in the final third. Deus to Debele, and a heavy touch. He gets crowded out, but Knights still in possession. Back for Martin. And Ludwig and Budnich just getting his signals crossed a little bit. And that ball's one. Here's O'Hare looking for support on this near side. It's there in the form of Casson, and it's over the top now for Taylor to try and run down, and Langdon to get a little bit acrobatic with that clearance, and Casson has gone down and he is clutching his ankle. The turf looks like it might have claimed another victim as he's over the sideline, and that is not a good sign for Jesse Casson.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, halfway through the first half, scores are drawn, 0-0. The game is evenly poised. I take this chance to thank our valuable sponsors, our major sponsor.
Just check in on the well-being of Jesse Casson. Scored 4 goals in that round 6 win against Across the Waves. 7 all up in qualifying so far. And for those of you who might not be overly familiar with Edge Hill in the background, the biggest club in Cairns, founded in 1967 and have over 450 active players. And they've produced a few famous alumni that you might have heard of. Frank Farina, Shane Stefanuto and Michael Thwaite, just to name a few.
Impact Legal. Buying or selling, Impact Legal are your local specialists. Norwell Cam, Aluminium Utes and Canopy. Catino Personal Lawyers, specialists in personal injury compensation claims.
In the final checks, the physio is
commercial and industrial. And of course, our scoreboard sponsor,
could be an unfortunate end in the afternoon for Jesse Casson, 24-year-old. He's made his way off. We'll just wait to see if he has in fact been replaced. Judging by the fact our referee is going to his notebook, I would assume that the substitute has in fact come on. Probably not the way Edge Hill would have been hoping to go to their bench in the first half, but injury is one of those. And it is number 19, Luca Moro, making his way on. He's now played in every Australia Cup match in 2023, his 7th appearance. Space for the onrushing Isman, the fullback has curled it in, perfect ball, and Taylor's header straight at Langdon. And another great chance for Edge Hill to break the deadlock. Won by Glover. This man, Taylor. Morrow crowded out, and Edge Hill determined to try and play their way around Gold Coast. But Knights bring the ball back, and there were calls for a handball, not heeded. Martin over again for Dylan. He's been the one to put those searching balls through, trying to unlock the Edge Hill backline. Martin will take on the responsibility this time. Goes for Deus, back for King. Spin caught him out. Edge Hill getting the ball back. Just as quickly as they won it, they give it back to Martin. Woodnich. King. For McMorrow. And Edgehill giving it away for Mudnich. He thought about the shot from range, and it's picked out Polyak, who was offside, and I think he knew it as well. Was tried for the confidence-boosting finish on Kev Ward that wouldn't have counted. Ward, the real estate agent, and I'm told he's not afraid to use the safest hands in cans pun in his day job as well. So it wasn't necessarily the case back in round 3. He was sent off for a handball outside the box, and Edgehill conceded off the subsequent free kick. The good news for it, the Tigers on the night, they were up 9-0 at the time. As Hayden can't find a path through Dylan. Instead concedes a free kick. Long diagonal, looking to get in behind the Edgehill fullbacks. It hasn't quite landed the way Knights would have hoped thus far, but all it needs is one success. Murray to take the throw in. And a high foot by Polyak has collected Murray. Not sure what he's necessarily arguing there, Polyak. He might have been going for the ball, but certainly would be considered dangerous. Free kick winds up possession of the Knights, but Hayden wins it back, and O'Hare trying to play that ball through the lines. Loses out, can't dispossess King, and is King taking it into the Edgehill half. Isman stepping up well, has won that back. Morrow for Heising. Murray back for Ludwig. Is that kept in by Deus? It was not. Well, I think the assistant referees wearing Edgehill colours told you all you needed to know about that. This man, 10 yards from where the ball actually went out, takes the throw in. And O'Hare concedes a free kick. And Tyson Martin getting a little bit of his own medicine from the substitute Morrow, as he tried to retrieve the ball for the free kick. And O'Hare just having a bit of a nibble there. He's starting to amass the free kicks, and McMorrow by the first challenge, but tracking back well was Rodriguez, the Chilean midfielder, and we'll just rifle that one into the crowd. Knights wasting no time with the throw in. Martin. It's King. Martin again over for Ludwig. Dylan enough air on that cross, and it's cut out by Berry. And space now for Heising. He wants to put on the afterburners and go at Ludwig. Isn't necessarily the easiest task trying to get by Austin Ludwig. Taylor making his run back, playing it through for O'Hare, but Ludwig is there to intervene. And now he'll go for a run himself, clip it for Polyak, but too far ahead of the midfielder, or the attacker who joined the club from Penn Power in the mid-season transfer window last year, Ante Polyak. Knights have had a couple of departures in the past week. Italian attacker Pasquale De Vita and Brazilian defender Janiel De Silva joining Olympic and Brisbane strikers respectively. Both members of that NPL Grand Final winning side in 2022, coached by Scott McDonald. Socceroo, Celtic striker. And in it goes, and this man again there to intervene and conceding the corner. So very early on, Berry almost putting it into his own net from a similar type of ball, but this man looked like he had that one under control. Polyak's former club, Penn Power, one of the three member federation sides from Queensland to qualify already. Lions, Penn Power and Moreton Bay, all advancing. It goes free header at the back post and just palmed away by Ward. And that was well saved by the Edgehill shot stopper as we check the replay. They got across well. Polyak to deliver. There's near post this time and cleared away. Rodriguez first to it. He tries to keep it in, but he's unsuccessful in doing so. Right up on the ground. Looks to me like more of the turf. Mudnich with the shot from range, which was blocked by Debele. Taylor enough on the pass and unallowed Martin to intercept. Dylan sizing up his options. Fizzed by Shelford Deus. I mentioned in the introduction, these sides met in the then FFA Cup round of 32, 15th of September 2021 at Barlow Park. It was Knights with the latest of late shows to advance to the round of 16. Jason McQuarse and Dante Mariner, the goal scorers, and O'Hare thought about the shot, but instead looked to play in Taylor. Taylor cutting back, he'll take the shot on, going near post. Saved by Langdon on the follow-up, and Taylor just puts it wide. Another good chance for Edgehill, that time from Joshua Taylor. The teacher is for his first goal in Australia Cup qualifying. So it was Jason McQuarse in the 85th minute, and Dante Mariner with memories. First touch off the bench in the 95th to ice that one, and Polyak chasing that one down. So from that night, Edgehill have 10 players backing up today. 7 in the starting lineup: Ward, Murray, Isman, Rodriguez, Casson, O'Hare and Taylor. And 3 on the bench: Berry, Morrow and McDonald. Morrow we've already seen take to the pitch, and here he is on the ball now. Luca Morrow as he cuts inside. Meanwhile, for Gold Coast Knights. Just 5 holdovers, which is to be expected with a fair bit of turnover when Scott McDonald came to the Croatian Sports Centre at Carrara. Langdon, Walker, Ludwig and Brown all started that night. Max Brown on the bench today. And Luke Beckwith was an unused sub as he puts the ball in for Polyak, and he's starting today. And Jaden Walker is on the bench as well. And for Edgehill as well. Josh Janitti's started that game, and he is now an assistant for Edgehill. So, fair few players with first-hand memories of that encounter. Goes the attempted cross and can only find the fence behind the Edgehill goal. Seven minutes of normal time remaining. We should have a couple of minutes added on after Cassin's injury. Thus far, if you're just waiting clear-cut chances and shots at goal, if not on goal, feels like Edgehill have slightly shaded this match so far. A couple of good chances for O'Hare. Taylor trying to score at the near post from the tight angle. Knights had a good chance off the corner just minutes ago. A real arm wrestle through 39 minutes. Not sure who that was targeting, but found the sideline, and this man will saunter over to retrieve it from the absolute corner of this field. Not a bad bit of scenery here at Tiger Park. Just a bit of slice on that attempted clearance. Good news is it didn't go near our camera. Oh. One side back to the other. Attackers fizzle out again, and this man just giving up the chase as he realised that's not going to be a foot race he'd win. Forward for King, dispossessed by this man, but Martin there to retrieve as he almost always is. Icing only minimally disrupts that pass from McMurray. Back now for Martin. Side of the football out for Deus as he'll drill that one in. Shot for Deus. Bit of experience in this competition in his time with Olympic. Former coach Ben Kahn has made it through with his new side, Melbourne Knights. Cross goes in, but no Knights players in the box. Ward with the call to leave it as he'll comfortably take charge of that situation. Set it high into the sky, and it's on Ludwig. Under the back of Taylor, legally so. Pass attempted again, it just hasn't quite clicked yet for Knights. The corner flag, there is a bit of wind coming from behind Josh Langdon's goal by the looks of it. O'Hare with the header. Hayden. It's a free kick and leaves it for Rodriguez, who subsequently leaves it for Berry, who subsequently leaves it for Ward. Well, someone wants to take this free kick eventually. I don't want to say dawdles over, but it's happy to take his time, especially to find the right spot for it. It's a free kick that made it to the edge of the box. Also found McMorrow. Woodnich. That pass is well blocked by Murray. Self-professed most hated guy in the local comp, his words. At least that's what Chris O'Hare told me, but badge she wears with honour, Ryan Murray. Scorer of the goal to seal their win over Magpies Crusaders back in the final round 2021 qualifying. Popped up from a corner. Ludwig. Martin over for Dylan. King, Knights just continuing to poke and prod around the well-organised Edge Hill defence as Debele goes to work, dispossessed by Berry. Stuck a foot out and took it away from the 2022 PL Young Player of the Year. He's made the move down to Carrara, spending last year with Eastern Suburbs. Double team tackle on Woodnich is on a free kick, and well, you can see Rodriguez, O'Hare, Murray and Berry and Taylor for that matter all don't agree with that decision, but I'm sure those protests are going to change it, and this is absolutely the dangerous spot for someone like Ante Poliak. He's had plenty of success with the dead ball. Just time with Knights. And even from this close, he knows exactly how to strike it. How many players will go in the wall? It's 4 players set up by Ward. He's staying centre of the goal. Woodnich making a run, hoping to take someone out. It's Poliak, he'll strike it low, and on the follow-up, Debele puts it wide. Had a great chance, goes begging for Knights on the verge of half-time. We go to the replay. Poliak struck it low, struck it hard. Ward got down well and was just on Debele a little bit too quickly for him to direct that one into what would have been the wide open goal. Not long to go until a half-time break. King keeps that one in. And calls for high boot not heeded, and well, I won't give Taylor credit for the nutmeg there because he wasn't able to retrieve possession. King got back to pinch it. Debele going into the bag of tricks, and Debele gets called for the free kick on Murray. Surely it's only seconds remaining now in the first half. Will this be the final forward foray for Edge Hill in the first half as Murray's pass up the sideline targets nobody in particular, and instead it rolls behind for a goal kick, which Josh Langdon will not have time to take. We are all level after 45 minutes at Tiger Park. Edge Hill and Gold Coast Knights up at 0-0. A couple of great chances both way. Chris O'Hare and Josh Taylor with the best chances for Edge Hill. Godfrey Debele unable to bury a free kick. Rebound from Ante Poliak. It has been an eventful first half, still no goals. And we'll be back to see what the second half has in store on FQTV right after these messages.
How do I feel this now? What's the off?
Felton Industries is proud to be the official shelter and grandstands partner of Football Queensland. Felton offers a range of premium aluminium grandstands, from elite portable spectator seating to soccer team shelters for players and coaches. Give your fans the best view of the game with Felton's comfortable spectator seating. With sun-safe shelters or powder-coated in your team colours. Whatever your club needs, Felton has a high-quality, low-maintenance seating option to suit. We are the pioneers in Australian-made grandstands and team shelters. Contact Felton today on 1800 834 016 or visit felton.net.au.
And welcome back, everybody. It's time for the second half of this Australia Cup Round 7 qualification match between Edge Hill and Gold Coast Knights, coming your way live on FQTV. James Colgan bringing you all of the action on this lovely Sunday afternoon. We do have one halftime change, as Jaden Walker has been substituted on, by the looks of it, for Shelford Deas. Walker made 18 appearances in all competitions this season. He's played in 2 of the 3 Australia Cup matches, missed the round 4 win over Southside Eagles. And it does look like that is the change that Scott McDonald has made. Shelford Deas off, and the second half is underway with Knights first in possession. Beckwith, Woodnich for Martin. Looks like it's business as usual for the visitors this afternoon. Just happy to play the patient game. Just the one enforced change for Edge Hill in that first half as well. Jesse Casson replaced after 25 minutes after picking up a ankle injury by the looks of it. He was replaced by Luca Moro. It's Polyak and Debele right next to Ward. Searches for position. It goes to the back post, and Dylan nods it into the back of Moro's head. And he's going to be a corner from the shaded side this time. And I can assure you, there is a corner behind that roof. And it goes, it's driven ball to the back post. McMorrow to retrieve before it reaches the sideline. Pass it centrally for Mudnich. Beckwith for Polyak. Headed away by Glover. Jack Glover, the former Olympic man, moves back home to rejoin the local comp here. Ed Schiller, happy to have him on board. One of their unconfirmed reports from training that I'd like to remind everybody he did play for Olympic. Beckwith's thrown back into his own half, retrieved by Ludwig, and pass it along the halfway line for Dylan. Back to his captain. Woodnich will get it past O'Hare, but deflection fell to Martin. Polyak felled, advantage played, and he'll come back with a free kick after Polyak ended up on the ground. And Ed Schill just asking, was that not the advantage? You can see exactly the angle that Ante Polyak will be working on. He went close in the closing minutes of the first half. That low driving shot that was saved by Ward. Debele unable to react quickly enough to direct the follow-up on target. So we're just a little bit to the right of centre as we're watching. Up steps Polyak, and it's a hurling effort at a comfortable height. Straight into the midsection of Ward. The locals happy the keeper was able to comfortably claim that. Regathers that. I hope that doesn't go down as a shot on target in the official notebook. Ludwig. Down goes Martin. Is felled by O'Hare, but back up on his feet. Play on. Poliak sticks a leg out to bring that under control. Heavy touch by Beckwith. And Edge Hill just realising they're on the back foot a little bit at the moment as Knights turn up the pressure in the early minutes of the second half. Just happy to clear it back into the Knights' half. Dylan finding Walker as he'll put the cross in towards Debele. It was missed by everybody, and it's going to be a goal kick. Edge Hill chasing a spot in the national stage of the Australia Cup for just the second time in their history. They've made it to this stage of qualifying in each of the last 3 seasons. It's the first time they've taken on a member of the Southeast Queensland zone. It's McMorrow just fashion a bit of space for a cross. A piece of turf came up, and turf has been a bit of an inconvenience for both sides. A couple of players struggling to stay on their feet, especially on this near side. Looks like it was a shin pad on this man as well. King, the clipped ball to the back post, free header, and Luke Beckwith, the fullback, all the way up in the 6-yard box, gets the game's first goal. It was a beautiful ball, and it evaded both of the Knights strikers, but Beckwith just ghosted in and had enough power on the header to beat Kev Ward. And there's the breakthrough Knights were looking for. What a great cross in as well to find Luke Beckwith. His first goal since the 4th of June 2022. His 4th senior season with the club, Luke Beckwith. And what a time to pop up on the score sheet. Taylor, Edge Hill search for an immediate response. Ludwig hands it out for the throw with the sliding challenge. No shortage of goal scorers at the Tigers' disposal. And goes a throw in. It's nodded away. Rodriguez retrieves. Not given space on his right foot, forced to play it back. Walker sends it up for Poliak. That's pressures giving them the reward they were hoping for, as there's a coming together in midfield as Budnich, like he held on to one of the Edge Hill players. Put that one down as a mild disagreement. Martin using out Poliak, he'll hit it first time, looking for McMorrow, just behind, could break for Debele. This man lunges in to deny Poliak the shot. Hayden. Back it goes, this man. It's chested down, Rodriguez gets it forward first time, and O'Hare, I think he's going to be able to run that one down. Edge Hill playing with the wind at their back in the second half. team will be happy to fall down 1-0 based on the weight of chances. The Tigers will feel like they've still got one or two more in them. As the goal scorer, Luke Beckwith. It has been a very measured effort so far from Knights. Sticking to their game plan, having plenty of confidence. Saw a photo on their socials this morning, posted by their sister club, Stratford Dolphins. Beckwith slipped as he put that cross in. It's getting their final preparations at the home of the Stratford Dolphins, who did not play Edge Hill this season, in the cup that is. The Stratford Dolphins have knocked out Edge Hill twice in their history. Back in 2014 and 2017. It's nice to get the free kick taken quickly. Rudnich. Again, another slip. Hasn't been anyone's friend. Beckwith looking to turn provider as he can only play it off Glover for the corner. Corner just stopped the first man, but it could break for Mudnich on his left boot. Rodriguez with the block, and he can only play it into Mudnich. Over comes Murray to cover. He gets it away, and Polyak did strike the hand of Heising, but that would have been an incredibly harsh call on the youngster. Heising, just 17 years old. Dubbed the quietest player in Queensland. I think that's meant to be a compliment. I'll take it as one anyway. Tyson Martin. Woodnich. Misplaced pass. It's Rodriguez, but Martin comes across well. Plays it forward. Polyak unable to turn. Hayden continued his run, and Dylan fouled Taylor, which prevented him getting the pass away. A little bit of game management there from Gold Coast after conceding the free kick. It has gone both ways this afternoon, in all fairness. Seeing the free kick and making sure the ball is taken pretty much anywhere but where it should be. And a little miscommunication at the back, and Heising almost onto it as he chases down Ludwig, gets a pass away for Beckwith, who's in space. Murray successfully completing that challenge. Here goes Debele. Martin. And for Debele. We'll put the cross in. Cleared. Only as far as the edge of the 18-yard box. Debele goes down. It's once again in possession, just recycling it back to halfway before going again. Lofted cross. Ward punches it away. Might have lost it in the sun. And King looks like he's a little bit worse for wear. Glover. Ball back, Taylor. It's a bit heavy, and King has gone down, so we should have a stoppage as we approach the hour mark, and Max King looks like he's in a fair bit of discomfort. He just will get checked on, as you can see Mudnich and O'Hare just exchanging some words in the bottom corner of your screen. Poliak coming over to play Peacemaker. Plenty on the line today, spotting the Australia Cup national stage. As Martin and McMorrow discuss strategy. Good chance for players to take on some water. And, I think based on that gesture from Martin, that is the end of King's afternoon. And it is, as expected, Max Brown coming on in his place. A fairly handy replacement to call on. Brown, 15 appearances, 6 goals in all comps this season. 1 goal in 2 Australia Cup appearances. And normal service resumes now for the Knights. She'll set up their defensive structure. The Knights poke and prod. Search for a hole to present itself, however big or small it is. However, a bounce caught Mudnich out as O'Hare hoping for an option, as instead leave it for Murray. Taylor putting the pressure on Ludwig, and he won the race for the ball. O'Hare, can he fashion the space for the shot? Said he'll play the cross, and Dylan just hoofs it clear over the halfway line, but it's knotted back into the Knights' half. O'Hare, watched closely by Ludwig and Martin now, and Martin wins it back. It's been immense so far, Tyson Martin. And we'll come back now for the free kick, and a yellow card for Jakub Budnic. And not a whole lot of protests there from him. It's the second yellow card of the season for Mudnich. And O'Hare thought about taking it, but instead he'll leave it for Ollie Berry, Edgehill Jr., another one who's featured in all 7 cup qualifying matches. However, it's not his best pass. He's just too far ahead of one of his teammates. Approximately half an hour remaining. This game between Edgehill and Gold Coast Knights. Inside, looking for a response after trailing from the 52nd minute goal. The shoulder of Taylor, and not it forward towards O'Hare, but Knights defence coming through once again. The Knights could be breaking in numbers here. They've got an advantage out to the right if they can see it, and they have if Mudnich can keep it in, and just that rush of adrenaline on the pass made it go too far ahead of Jakub Mudnich. Rodriguez for a hair. Murray, heavy touch, but he's able to run it down. Debele tracking back and the blind ball into the box. A hair just realising that's where the run was expected to be. Well, in that situation, I always feel like you can defer to the player coach for being in the right spot. No tactical changes yet for Edge Hill. It's the one injury and forced substitution. And how long before I go to their bench to introduce some fresh legs? They are well and truly in this match at the moment. And I think, based on their effects Mike just picked up, we could be seeing Christian Miladinus, a 17-year-old, introduced into the fray for Gold Coast Knights before too long. Exciting young prospect. And, well, we won't have that substitution just yet. Brown, well-weighted pass to Polyak, but Glover with the challenge to cut that attack out. Martin switches it over to the near side, finding Beckwith in plenty of space. There he goes back for Mudnic. Brown, the cross-come shot, which is deflected behind for the corner. I think the Knights are going to their bench just yet. She'll know how important it is to keep the score at 1-0 as it's gone across the face of goal, retrieved by Ludwig. He's got McMorrow in support. As Rodriguez wins the ball back. Play it up towards halfway, but we can only find Walker. Gets it to Mudnic. McMorrow with the curling ball into the penalty spot, cleared away once again by Knights, and McMorrow knocked over Rodriguez. Advantage played. Rodriguez might have had a little kick out. And again, just not on the same page for Edge Hill as they play that ball forward. No one making the run, which allowed it to calmly roll to Langdon, who hasn't really been tested that much in the second half. Debele not going to outmuscle Glover, but that doesn't matter. Down goes McMorrow in the box. Hey, Rodriguez got the ball, so those two will continue their battle. And, well, the home fans very happy with that decision from our referee. So that did look like a well-timed challenge from Oscar Rodriguez. Remains delicately poised. Attention continuing to build as we move into the final 22 minutes. Beckwith's cross over the head of both his strikers, but he's able to find Brown on the opposite sideline. Ward tips that one away. Did that strike the hand? It did. And Knights have a penalty. And an awkward bounce catches out Edge Hill. Go to the replay and just the outstretched arm from Ryan Murray. Not a whole lot to argue with there. Spot on call from our referee in my opinion, and it will be Ante Poliak to shoulder the responsibility. Rodriguez marking the spot. Poliak just placing it down. Rodriguez just with some words for Poliak, who barely acknowledged his opponent's presence. And Ward just continuing the discussions, giving Poliak time to think about it. Poliak against Ward. Knights looking to extend their advantage. And he buries it in the bottom corner. Ante Poliak, cool, calm and collected. And he asks the locals, do you know who we are now? And made no mistake, Ward went the right way, but just too much power on it. And Knights look like they're on their way to the Australia Cup round of 32 for the third time in their history. Locals have been giving it to the Knights players all afternoon as they take the opportunity to give it back, and that will be Poliak's final contribution to the match. As we've got a double change up front now with Christian Brimora and Christian Maladnis coming on. And Edge Hill just have no choice now but to go on the attack. Brimora out wide for Brown. Christian Brimora, he'll take up that central role with Christian Maladnis. Still alive now for the Knights in the box. Brown from a tight angle, and he rocketed that into the side netting. And has that actually knocked the netting off its setting? And well, that's how much power there was in that strike from Brown. It's taken the net off its hook, and we'll have a brief stoppage as that's going to need some tape. Christian Brimora got a pretty good record in the Australia Cup this season. 2 appearances, 5 goals. All 5 came in their resounding round 5 win against Albany Creek. And a lengthy break by the looks of things now as the Edge Hill assistants will tape that one up. So let me just pick up any of the team talks on our effects, Mike. Now, if you are one who believes in omens and statistical trends and whatnot, well, actually, come back to that in a second. I can see Harry Corica has made his way on in jersey number 14, and if that surname sounds familiar to you, that is because he is Steve's nephew. Good footballing pedigree. I'm not entirely sure who he's replaced. We'll do a quick audit of the players and see if we can confirm. And we are back underway after that brief stoppage. Leg break off the block has seen it go out for an Edge Hill throw-in, but it's a wasted one. Knight quickly back in possession. The ball through for Taylor, just not enough bend on it, and bounces through to Langdon. Corica, 3 goals in Australia Cup qualifying thus far. How much would Edge Hill love for him to add a 4th in the next quarter of an hour, and well, probably a 5th as well. If my quick check is correct, looks like it's Louis Heising who has been replaced by Harry Corica. 15 off, 14 on. Like for like change in midfield as O'Hare, I think that's going to be the end of his afternoon as well. He's just signalled to the bench as he's just trying to stretch out what is hopefully just a cramp. The ball's gone behind for a goal kick. Or a corner, I beg your pardon. Took a deflection. Taylor comes back to defend, and O'Hare will stay isolated up front. The opportunity presents itself for a quick counter. Aaron Reardon has also come on. That may have been in that mass change after the goal. Goes to corner, dealt with at the near post, back for another delivery from Reardon. Palmed away by Ward, not cleared though, and Maladness took the shot on as was an infringement in there, so Edge Hill get a chance for a pressure relieving free kick. Here goes Corica. Taylor plays it forward for Corica, and fresh legs let him get to the ball ahead of Ludwig. Beckwith with a well-timed tackle. Brown just rockets that into Murray. Reardon, I believe, has replaced Jakub Bunic with the midfielder on a yellow card. Martin, oh, silky touch to get through, and now tee up McMorrow, but it's just too far in front. And that is the bench emptied of outfield players for Scott McDonald as well. Let's look to close this one up. 12 minutes plus maybe a couple more for stoppages to see out. Brown dispossessing Hayden. Max Brown. It's through the challenge. He'll take the shot on. Run away through Berry. Back it goes now for Murray. Looks like he might be continuing to tough it out. Mora. Now McMorrow, he'll go for a run to get by Rodriguez. He just hooks that away over his head up into the Knights half. Taylor on the turn. loose touch by Corica. Martin over for Walker. As I mentioned before, if you're into stats and omens, scores in the Queensland qualifiers in round 7 so far. Lions 2-1 over Redlands. Penn Power 2-0 over Yeronga. And on Bay 2-1 over Gold Coast United. So every winning team in round 7 has scored exactly 2 goals. Of course, Edge Hill could come back, send this to extra time, and that stat would still technically be true. Every winning team has scored 2 goals in the 90 minutes. However, as it stands, that trend is set to continue. We've just got another 10 or so minutes to see out before knowing for certain. Beckwith. Inside for McMorrow. Edge Hill on the turn, out it goes. This man is carrying his shin pad again, Arias man. Pick one up earlier. Back goes from Corica to Murray. He'll have a run at Beckwith. And just unable to get that ball out from under his feet. See fatigue really starting to play a role. This is unfolding for a lot of these players. It was just slightly misplaced. The passes it was trying to pick out Beckwith, and O'Hare trying to get into the space vacated by Walker. And O'Hare. Free kick now. Well, I think in that case O'Hare would have preferred the advantage. Plenty of bodies committed forward now. And goes a free kick towards the back post. It's not a Goalwoods, but too tall. And it goes over the crossbar. It was Taylor who had the final touch. Sentinel there, not going away quietly. Wanting to finish this campaign strong. And loose touch could break now for Corica. It's O'Hare, and a heavy touch allowed Reardon to clear it, and that is a pretty perfect summary on how it's been in that final third for Edge Hill this afternoon. And that pass was there for O'Hare, but just a little bit of a bobble. Took it away from the player coach. Long throw in. No one's at the top of the 18-yard box, so that's had to be run down by Beckwith. He's still got plenty of petrol left in the engine as he'll storm forward. Malardinis, soft side. So if my numbers are correct, Christian Malardinis scored his first senior goal in the Australia Cup round 6 match against Brisbane City last month. He's backed it up with a goal in his NPL career as well. His involvement has grown over the last few weeks, and so they rate him pretty highly at Knights headquarters. And if you haven't heard, we've got some key dates for the Australia Cup which have been announced. As that clearance took a touch off Hayden. Martin retrieves. Brimora shakes off that tackle, and space now for Brown. He's watched closely by Berry. Blocked back to Max Brown. And Beckwith has to lunge to keep that one in his side's possession. He'll find out the round of 32 draw this Wednesday, the 28th of June. And centres it, and the offside flag has gone up, so that finish from Brymora will be just for show. The round of 32 set to take place August 4, 9, 10, 13 and 14. None of those dates should clash with the upcoming Women's World Cup. Pretty big event coming to our shores next month. Or two as well, and Isman with a very high foot. But play on with Knights retrieving possession, and Isman he's still carrying his shin pad. And Martin once again driving the ball. It's making sure that can't be taken too quickly. Murray skips by the challenge from Brymora, and he'll look to play it in behind. Canage, he'll set up a grandstand finish. Murray retrieves it, gets a cross in, and straight at Langdon. Langdon thought about throwing it to the near side, instead rolled it to Dillon. And the 2023 Australia Cup will culminate with the final on Saturday the 7th of October. Not to answer the question from, I assume, the Edge Hill bench, but for starters that handball was on the outside of the box. My vantage point, but anyway, we'll move on. It's just pinging the ball around the Edge Hill half. Another goal would be nice, but it's not imperative for them, as it stands there in a very advantageous position and doesn't look like changing anytime soon. Brown just places it on the right foot of Dillon. O'Hare runnels against his opposite, number 10, Brown, and we'll have another substitution, as I think conceding that free kick is maybe O'Hare's final contribution, as he cuts a frustrated figure as he walks off. However, he has been rightly applauded by the locals, Chris O'Hare. He's had a successful stint as player coach up here, leading his side to plenty of pieces of local silverware. It's Cooper Kennedy on in 17. So he'll get a few minutes action against an NPL side. Sees off the challenge. Substitute Kennedy. It was close to springing an attack, but Knights, as they've been all afternoon, are short in possession. Martin not pleased with that late challenge from Rodriguez. He'll opt to play on, as that was a bit of a lash out from Martin himself, as Kennedy can't find a way around Ludwig, and that'll roll into the grasp of Langdon. For Gold Coast Knights, once this one is done, not a whole lot of time to celebrate. They'll be on a plane back to southeast Queensland. And Friday night, they've got the semi-final of the Kappa Pro Series, hosting Lions. Rymora chases that one down as Glover wins the race for the ball. Tuesday, the 4th of July, they've got a catch-up from NPL round 15 against Redlands. That match was supposed to be this weekend, however it was rescheduled to accommodate this fixture. And then Sunday the 9th of July, round 16 of the NPL Queensland, they're making the very long trip over the Gateway and up the M1 to face Sunshine Coast Wanderers. And we'll have all of those matches for you on FQTV. And well, at this point, why not throw everyone forward if you're Edge Hill? And just too close to Langdon as he springs up to claim that one, as we are now into second half stoppage time. 3 or so minutes perhaps. Murray all the way back for Ward. On past Beckwith. He's hoping for a free kick, nothing given. And Knights can play that one around. A loose pass is pounced on by Kennedy. Shot from range and just a little bit underneath. That strike as it sails over the bar from Taylor. They just haven't been able to work Langdon enough in this second half, Edge Hill. They had their opportunities in the first half, but couldn't make them count, and they find themselves 2-0 down. And it is going to be an Edge Hill throw-in. Look at that, Tyson Martin picking up the ball and making life a little bit tougher for his opponents. Definitely one that's aware of the gamesmanship side of football, Tyson Martin. Like any good defensive-minded player, I suppose. And Murray almost lost his footing. This shaded sideline. And Murray got the block in, but the ball was travelling, so it goes behind for a goal kick again for Langdon. I feel like it's not exactly premature to say. The celebrations can start at the Croatian Sports Centre as they see out the final few seconds of this match. Murray instead goes for the sand wedge after neither options presented themselves. Brymora. Going to pass Berry, but Martin can, and now Knights. Can they put the icing on the cake here as Malatinus play it forward for Brown, asking a bit much of his teammate. And Murray, plenty of fatigue setting in. Reardon. Slip from Kennedy. Morrow retrieves, and Knights just so confident in possession and their passing. Malatinus, so cut it back, take the shot on his left foot, straight out Ward. And he's able to pounce on the rebound, Kev Ward. And for the third time in their history, Gold Coast Knights are into the Australia Cup national stage, winning by a gallant Edge Hill United side 2-0 at Tiger Park. It was Luke Beckwith with the breakthrough in the 52nd minute with a great header from close range before Ante Poliak converted a penalty that was given for a handball against Ryan Murray. And commiserations to Edge Hill. They were gallant in defeat, had their chances, but in the end it is the NPL side, Gold Coast Knights, that will progress. They will find out their fate in the round of 32 draw this Wednesday, the 28th of June. Got a whole lot more action coming your way on FQTV. Thank you very much for your company. I'm James Coughlin. This has been a production of Double Take Sports. See you for the round of 32 next month.